Hello guys, I'm going to show you a game. It was played in the 1953 Candidates Tournament. This is in round one, as well as the game I showed before. And it's played between Miguel Najdorf, who was playing as white, and Samuel Reshevsky, who was playing as black. And it's in the Nimzo-Indian defense. And Bernstein really criticizes Miguel Najdorf for the way that he treats the position, but you'll see what I mean. It starts up with d4. We have knight to f6, c4, e6, knight c3, and bishop b4. This is the Nimzo-Indian defense. And now, 30 years before when Nimzovich designed this defense, his idea is to immediately capture this knight and to somehow provoke white to push d5 and to create a very nice outpost for his knight on c5. But even 30 years after he created this defense, he would never dream that even the world's top grandmasters would try and determine if a3 is a strong move for white, to immediately contest this bishop to determine if it wants to capture or retreat to e7. But we have e3 and c5, and now, in 1953, the idea was to immediately contest the center, but like I said, whenever he designed it, he immediately wanted to capture and create an outpost for c5 on his first knight. But we have bishop d3, castles, knight to f3, d5, and Miguel knight of castles. We have knight c6, a3, he captures on c3. We have b takes c3, d takes c4, bishop takes c4, and queen c7. Now, this position has been studied for years and years. It was studied just as much as the Evans Gambit over 100 years ago. 100 years ago that the time that this game was played. And we have a4. Now, this is the move that Bronstein really criticizes Miguel Najdorf for. His idea was, or Najdorf's idea, was to bring his bishop here to contest this very strong diagonal. But you'll see what happens. We have b6, bishop a3, uh, bishop b7, bishop back to e2, rook f to d8, and we have queen c2. And we have knight to a5. Now, he puts this knight on a5 with a brilliant idea to refute this idea of bringing this bishop here. So we have d takes c5, b takes c5, and c4. Now, it looks as if Najdorf has solved his problem of his dark squared bishop, because he's ready to bring the bishop here to immediately oppose this very strong diagonal instead of the diagonal that he decided to go for in the beginning. But Samuel Reshevsky plays bishop e4. We have queen c3, rook a to b8, and now Reshevsky is completely controlling the b file. So now we have rook f to d1. Najdorf wants to exchange one pair of rooks. So we have rook takes d1, rook takes d1, and bishop c6. Now, Reshevsky's idea is very clear. He wants to capture this a4 pawn and then create a pass pawn of his own, and then push it to victory. He wants to push his pass pawn. So we have queen c2, defending this pawn on a4. We have h6, not allowing any ideas of the knight to come to g5. And the same for Najdorf, but not knight g4 ideas. So we have knight b3, blocking the defense of the a4 pawn from the queen. And we have bishop b2. And in the position, Reshevsky plays knight d7. He doesn't want to allow Najdorf to capture on f6 and completely ruin the king's defenses. So we have queen c3, threatening checkmate on g7. So he defends it with f6, and we have knight h2. This is Najdorf's last attempt to try and trick Reshevsky if he ever plays knight to b6, which was played in the game. His idea is to come to g4 and to sacrifice this knight on f6. But in this position, both players were very, very low on time, and they agreed to a draw, or Reshevsky offered the draw and Najdorf happily accepted. But Bronstein says that this game is completely perfectly played by black, and that if he had more time, then it's a strategic loss for white. So this is a very instructive game because it goes to show that this a4 move is a strategic mistake and how to take advantage of it. And of course, if anybody is wondering, you can't capture this knight on b3 because after knight takes here, it's defended by the bishop, and then this rook and the knight would have a double attack on this bishop, so that would just be completely winning for white. But this is the position that they agreed to a draw. I hope you guys enjoyed that game, and I'll be back to show you with another game from the 1953 Candidates tournament. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.